Hi, you guys. I want to talk to you about Lilith in a man's chart. And I'm going to be looking at Andrew Tate because he is popularly known to be quite a controversial figure. So, I first want to break down how Lilith is working in a man's chart. Now, Lilith in a sign can show us a lot. And I don't see his house placement, but I can get a lot just from the sign. So first, Lilith is very provocative to a male masculine energy. Initially can be the thing that cripples him sexually, very much so. And Lilith in Gemini is somebody who embodies both their light and dark. So the woman that he is very much so afflicted to, easily provoked, seduced by, is somebody who has a angel and a baddie side, and they embrace that. Because of her unpredictability, she isn't boring. And a man who has a Lilith in Gemini, one of the things that he may reject about feminine is that, like, he gets too bored. That happens with the Lilith in Gemini. And of course, Lilith can also show like how a man cheats. So when we go even deeper into a man's chart, it can show us where he overcompensates because he is so crippled by her energy. He overcompensates when he's seduced through his words, which can be a charmer, over enticing, compliments that aren't genuine. This is how he overcompensates if he is easily seduced by the Lilith energy. So a masculine energy that's dealing with Lilith is also facing their toxicity when it comes to their mothering. And so if he didn't get the compliments he wanted, his overcompensation may be overcomplimenting, right? Like words of affirmation on steroids, he might overdo it. And this comes from the masculine part of us all, but the masculine in its more dominant form needing to provide. So they over provide through their words. So with Andrew Tate, though, this was the reason I really brought this up, is that Lilith can either show you where he overcompensates or where he rejects the feminine. Okay, so malnourishment from mother figure, either through Lilith, will demonstrate overcompensation or the opposite, which is a rejection of the feminine. So he is either completely crippled and seduced, or he is hateful because this delivers, either one, delivers the malnourishment he had from mother figure. So because of the malnourishment, he will seek women who have this energy, this Gemini energy, and overcompensate, or he will hate on that energy. Okay, so Lilith in the man's chart can truly cripple him, make him want her even more than he realizes, and he'll forsake all order and welcome in chaos in his life. With Lilith in Gemini, this would be somebody who tickles his fantasy, his curiosity, who can stay with him and go back and forth verbally with him. But he'll also show to you how he's scared to be a lapdog, because Lilith in the man's chart, because he overcompensates, he's a willing lapdog, or he hates her so he doesn't want to be a lapdog. And men are quite often casted out often for not being successful where Lilith is in their chart because they didn't have the right nourishment. So in their masculine energy, they overdo it. So with Andrew Tate having Lilith in Gemini, this is somebody who speaks over you. You get into a lot of verbal spats. And so a woman can show her duality and be very enticing, or she can be very intellectual, and he absolutely hates that. He literally wants to find somebody who he can dominate verbally. And even when he does dominate, he is, especially in the hateful energy, even less attracted to her. So he can be very much so verbally abusive. And he thinks that he wants somebody who won't go back and forth with him, right? Because he's not in the overcompensating state. He's in a more hateful state. But he can't really even get off from that, because the hate takes you away from bonding, right? So he may also be sexually provoked by somebody who is very intellectual, and he may use sex to dominate her. Or he'll be provoked by somebody who doesn't show their intellect, and he uses sex to overcompensate his ego. There are different ways that this could play out. So the main thing that I wanted to show you, especially with Andrew Tate, when you look at his ability to use podcasts and use his words and his intellect to dominate over the feminine, this is an outcome of Lilith that isn't so great. So when a man learns to heal through his Lilith, he actually becomes more of a man that can protect the feminine, because he has nourished the lack of feminine within himself. So it's not like it's the end of all ends, but that's what it is. So this is going to be a branch off of the toxic masculinity and femininity videos that I had, in order to help bring more clarity and solutions. If you guys have any comments, suggestions, or ideas, please leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next video.